Alright guys, today we're looking at Tudor. So we'll jump straight in with the original Black Bay. This is a 41mm dive watch. The aesthetic of this watch is quite vintage inspired. You've got a matte black dial, you've got a matte black bezel, but then you've got the warm gold accents on the hands and the hour markers, and even the text on the dial. You also have the little red triangle on the top of the bezel. The watch is all steel, mainly brushed on the bracelet. It's got the folding clasp with the safety catch. It is a 200-meter water-resistant watch, and it has a domed sapphire crystal. You also get the little Tudor logo, the Tudor rose, on the crown. Retails currently at £3,370 RRP. We have it available in store for £2,750. So these actually trade on the market under retail price. This other variation that we have in is the Harrods edition. Now this watch is the same as the Black Bay, but it is only available at Harrods, and it has the signature Harrods brand color on the matte bezel. So the Black Bay Harrods is a much less common watch, and it actually trades above the retail price. This one is available in store for £3,750. Alright, next up we have the Black Bay GMT. Pepsi bezel as it's called, which is the red and the blue. I think Tudor calls this one burgundy. It shares a lot of the same dimensions as the Black Bay dive watch. However, it's got the addition of the GMT function. This watch also has a date function as well, so it's a more ideal traveler's watch as it's intended. Originally, it was available in black, and more recently, it's become available in this white opaline dial. Now, this isn't a flat white, it's actually got a bit of a shimmer to it when you look in the light. RRP is £3,590 for the Black Bay GMT. The black original dial, this one is available in store for £2,950. The opaline dial, which is brand new, you can see it's still got the stickers on the clasp. This one is available for £4,150, so slightly over the retail price, but that's because there's not very many of them in the market and they're pretty difficult to get from your authorized dealer. Both of them are a 41mm case. As I said, 200 meters water resistant, domed sapphire crystal, very similar to the previous watch that we showed. All of the watches so far have a 70-hour power reserve as well, so that's about 3 days. So you could take it off on a Friday, not wear it for the weekend, and it will be good to go for Monday morning. If you're looking for some sort of precious metal in your watch, you can have a look at the steel and gold. The build quality on these is fantastic. This one has the black and the brown on the bezel. It's got a brushed finish, so even the gold section on the center links is brushed. 200-meter water resistant, domed bezel. You've got the Tudor rose on the crown. This at retail is £4,910. However, in store at Watch Trader, you can pick it up for £4,250. Now, I will mention this one can also come on a leather strap or a NATO strap, and these two watches also come on a NATO strap. Moving on to the Black Bay Chrono. Now, I'm actually going to pick this one up. This is not a Black Bay Chrono, this is a Heritage Chrono. I believe these came out around 2010. However, this colorway, nicknamed the Monte Carlo, came out in 2013. Now, it's inspired by 70s chronographs, and it's a really good looking watch in my opinion. It differs a little from the modern Black Bay Chrono, and we'll talk about some of the differences. This is a 42mm watch, and it is water resistant to 150 meters. It also features a bi-directional bezel, which is unusual. Normally you would see a tachymeter bezel that doesn't move, and it has knurled crown and also knurling on the pushers for the chronograph. It also has a date at 6. Now, this is a little bit thicker than the modern Black Bay Chrono, and there are some differences. For instance, the crystal, the sapphire crystal on this one is flat, whereas on the Black Bay Chrono, it is domed. When this came out, this was retail price of £3,390. However, the current market price is around £3,750. So the Black Bay Chrono is a 41mm watch, so slightly smaller, and it's also slightly thinner. This is in the Panda dial configuration with the white opaline dial, similar to the GMT that I just showed, but also has the black subdials. The newer one has a upgraded movement in it. They borrow the movement from Breitling in these Tudor watches. It's got a totally brushed and riveted or faux riveted bracelet. And again, you have the dual locking clasp. This one is one of the harder ones to get from Tudor. Both of these chronograph watches feature a date window at 6 o'clock, which again is a bit different. You don't always get a date on a chronograph watch. The RRP on the Black Bay Chrono is $4,550. However, at Watch Trader on the market, you can pick it up for around £4,050. All right, onto the simplest watch out of the lot. This is the Black Bay 36. Now you'll notice this is on an oyster style or a 3-link bracelet. The new ones that have just been announced come on the Jubilee bracelet. However, this is the previous generation. It's a very simple watch in stainless steel. You'll notice the bracelet is mainly brushed. However, there are polished parts such as the bezel and the case profile. There are quite a few sizes and dial colors that you can get in the Black Bay range. In steel, you can get it in black, blue and silver, and then in steel and gold you can get it with a gold face or I believe a silver face. The sizes are 31, 36, 39 and 41mm. The hour markers on this watch feature circle, rectangular and triangle markers, a little bit like a Submariner. Black dial, steel case. This is going to be a very versatile watch. You're going to be able to dress it up or you're going to be able to wear it more casually. It has a flat sapphire crystal as opposed to a domed sapphire crystal. We're talking 100 meters water resistance. The clasp on this watch, again, is a folding clasp with the safety lock, and it has little ceramic bearings so that that lock doesn't wear out. The new version has the T-fit clasp, which allows some quick adjustment on the go. This 36mm watch, the current one with the Jubilee, not this one, retails for £3,200. This one that we have in store today is available for £2,200. Now we'll take a look at one of the most popular watches in the Tudor lineup. This is the Black Bay 58. When the original Black Bay came out, some people thought that it was maybe slightly too large, slightly too thick, and it didn't have an in-house movement at the time. This watch came with an in-house movement, 70-hour power reserve, 200 meter water resistance. It's a 39mm case. 39mm for a lot of people is the perfect size. It also is a thin watch, so it'll slide under a cuff of a shirt. Really easy. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's inspired by a 1958 Submariner from Tudor. This watch features a matte bezel, which is aluminium. It's a matte dial, and then it has the warm gold accents on the hands and the hour markers. It also has the gold text as well with the little red triangle at the top of the bezel. So it has a very vintage inspired look. No crown guards like the original Submariners. It's a fully brushed bracelet with the faux rivet design as well. The clasp, again, you can see the Tudor shield in the clasp. It's a really nice touch. There's no micro adjustment on the Black Bay 58. However, it's a feature that we've seen on some of the newer models, so I expect to see it on the steel models in the future. The Black Bay 58 in black retails for £3,280. However, at Watch Trader today, you can pick these up for £2,750, so under retail price. Another version that we have in store is the silver. This comes on a rubber leather hybrid strap. The case is made out of 925 silver, so all of this is brushed. Supposedly the alloy that they've used is very resistant to tarnishing, so it should stay nice and bright. Interestingly, this one has an open case back as well. The dial and the bezel is also an unusual color. It's an aluminium bezel. It's a taupe color, so it's a really modern color that'll work with a lot of outfits. The retail price on this is £3,810 to buy from Tudor. However, it's available in store today for £2,950. Some of the other watches that we've had in the past, you can get this watch, but in 18 karat gold. You can also get a bronze edition, which has a 369 on the dial, a bit like an Explorer, but that's a boutique only watch. They do the steel in blue and black. and you can get it on a NATO strap or a leather strap as well. Typically the steel bracelet is the most popular. Before I get onto the brand new Black Bay 54, I will mention the Black Bay Pro. This is a GMT watch, steel bezel. It looks really, really toolish, it's stealthy. It's a great watch, we just don't have one in at the moment. However, that does retail for around $3,460 to buy brand new from Tudor. However, pre-owned, you can pick it up usually at a little bit of a discount. The Black Bay 54. What have they done to this? When we thought that the Black Bay 58 was about as good as it gets, they bring out the Black Bay 54. Now this was inspired by the original Submariner from 1954, hence the name. It's a 37mm case, which by today's standard is quite small. However, it looks great on the wrist. The case is actually a more elongated case. The lugs on this are very much more rectangular. It's a very thin watch. The bezel, as you'll notice, is matte. It also has the original font, and it doesn't have a red triangle at the top. It's less flash, this watch. It's a brushed bracelet. It also features the new T-fit clasp, which means that you can pull out here and have micro adjustment in the clasp, so you can make it bigger or smaller on the go, which is perfect if you're on holiday or it's just a hot day and your watch is getting a little bit tight. This is still 200-meter water resistant. It's a domed sapphire. It also has no date on this watch. You can also configure this watch with a rubber strap. However, you still get the metal clasp, so it's a little bit like the Oyster Flex that you see on the Rolexes. And in the clasp, you still get that T-fit adjustment, so you can adjust it on the go. So this watch is £3,200 retail price from Tudor. However, because it's brand new and this is a watch that is not readily available, we have it available for £4,150. Finally, we're moving on to the Pelagos. This is the most modern dive watch that Tudor make. It's an original design from Tudor, so it's a good option if you're not bothered about the vintage inspired aesthetic, but you want something that's a purebred tool watch fit for purpose. We'll start with the original one, which is the Pelagos in 42mm. All of the Pelagos watches are made of titanium, which is a very lightweight material. It features an in-house movement. These have a 500-meter water resistance rating, so they're a lot more serious of a dive watch than the Black Bay 58 or the Black Bay. It also comes complete with a serious clasp. This clasp has a spring-loaded adjustment system for on-the-fly adjustment. It also has a diver's extension, so it's really built and fit for purpose, this watch. This watch is all matte. The bracelet, the side of the case, the bezel, the dial, it's very stealthy looking, especially with that titanium, which is a bit of a darker metal than steel. The lume on this is really impressive as well. The bezel actually illuminates in the dark, as well as the hour markers and hands. The hour markers are actually 3D as well, and they have a really cool effect as they're actually cut into the chapter ring, which sits between the dial and the glass. And the retail price on this is £4,120. You can pick these up though for around £3,250. This watch is also available in blue, which is quite a striking blue. It's all matte again, and this one is available for £3,750. So it may be a little bit more popular than the black, as it commands a slightly higher market price. The newest release from the Tudor Pelagos range is the Tudor Pelagos 39. Now this is a very exciting watch for a lot of people who thought that the Pelagos was too big at 42mm. The 39mm case on this, again, is going to be very wearable for a lot of people, and it comes with a lot of the great features that the original Pelagos had, plus some extra ones that you might like even more. It has red writing on the dial for the Pelagos text, which is a little bit of a vintage nod. And it also features a really interesting finish. It's like a sunray finish on the dial and the bezel. However, on the dial, it's extremely subtle. You have to move it in the light to really see it. The hour markers on this watch are either square, triangle, or rectangular, which I think works really well with the straight minute hand and the snowflake hour hand. They're also 3D. They're actually a ceramic and luminescent material. They're not set in anything. They actually sit proud of the dial, which I think looks really cool. We have a T-fit clasp in this watch, so you can adjust it on the fly. And it also has, like its bigger brothers, the diver's extension. So it's a watch that means business. In the safety lock as well, you've got the ceramic bearings, so this safety catch stays snappy and doesn't wear out. This watch retails for £3,850 RRP. However, on the market, it's a touch above £3,950 is what this watch is available for at Watch Trader today. You can also get the Pelagos in black in an LHD or left-hand drive model, which has the crown on the other side and all of the dial work, so the hands, the hour markers, indices, the whole lot is a off-white color, so it's a little bit more of a vintage nod, and it has the red Pelagos text, and it also has a red date wheel. The two larger Pelagos have dates. The smaller Pelagos 39 does not have a date, so if you need a date on your watch, that's something to consider. Finally, there is another edition. We've had a few of these in, but they seem to fly out. It's the FXD edition of the Pelagos. This is a thinner Pelagos, and it only comes on a NATO strap. It also has a fixed bar between the lugs, so you can't actually put different straps on it like a steel strap. It's celebrating the relationship Tudor have with the French Navy, the Marine Nationale. That watch is available at retail for $3,420. We don't have one in at the minute, so I can't give you a market price, but if you're interested in one, get in contact and Watch Trader will be able to source you one. The last difference that I would like to point out is the water resistance. On the 39, it is only 200 meters, which is going to be plenty for the vast majority of people, but if you do need to go deeper, the 500 meter of the original Pelagos is the one to go for. So if you've been looking at the Tudor brand and you're in the market for a new Tudor watch, which one should you go for? Do you go Black Bay or do you go Pelagos? Well, I think they have quite different design languages. A lot of the Black Bay models are heritage inspired, vintage inspired design, whereas the Pelagos is a modern original design. Materials, another factor. Pelagos is titanium. A lot of the Black Bay is steel. You can also get some ceramic models, but we'll touch on them on another video. Ultimately, the specifications on all of these watches are more than enough for the vast majority of people. So it comes down to personal preference of which watch do you prefer the aesthetics of. What watch is going to make you feel good when you look down on your wrist and wear that timepiece. If you like any of the watches that we've looked at in the video today, you can contact Watch Trader via Instagram DM, you can contact them on WhatsApp, head over to the website, send us an email and get in touch, and the staff will be happy to look after you and sort you out a really good deal. As a thank you for getting this far into this video, we have an exclusive code. Use the code on our website, Tudor250, and that will get you £250 off the price of any of these watches. That discount code is going to be live for 1 week, so you have to be fast if you're interested in any of these. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please drop it a like and consider subscribing for more content like this. It really helps the channel grow and it helps us bring more content for you guys to enjoy. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.